Okay. All right. So today I want to talk about, first off, it's the end of the month. That means we can start preparing for November, which is our biggest month. It always is because Christmas is right around the corner. It's the biggest month for any company, anybody that sells anything. It's just November rocks. So make sure you guys are, sending out the messages now, booking the parties, getting those kind of things set up to make your month awesome. But I wanted to talk to you guys about some simple things about your social media account. I use Facebook, so that's what I'm going to talk about. Um, but I also want to talk a little bit about, how to hit white status, yellow status, pink status, and what those mean, because I've had a lot of questions about, especially the pink status. So let me start with Facebook. So let me figure out here, sharing my screen. Okay. All right, so I have Facebook pulled up here so I could show you guys. A couple things. Let me go to my profile. With a nod of your heads, can you guys tell me, can you see my Facebook? Okay, good. All righty. So a couple things about Facebook I wanted to make sure everybody knows. Number one, your profile picture should be a picture of you. I mean, every once in a while we change it up. Maybe it's a picture of, you and your spouse or whatever, or you and your kids, but try to mainly make this a picture of you and try to update it. Make sure it's a new picture of you and a nice selfie that shows, you wearing the products. It should not be you holding the products it should not be like Unique's Flourish or anything like that. It should be you. So that way when you're sending someone friend requests, they're not like, oh, they're just adding me because they sell da 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 da. It should just be you so people know who they're dealing with. The cover photo can be anything, really. Have fun with that. If you want that to be your family picture, if you want it to be a quote, I've got Punta Cana on there because it was amazing. But you can make your cover photo pretty much anything. I highly suggest making your Facebook profile public. Some people freak out and worry about that. Honestly, it's just like any other business. Everything is public because if I go to someone's page and they're selling something and I'm trying to figure out a little bit about them before I send them money and buy something from them, and their stuff's all locked up like where I can't see anything, I don't know this person. I don't know. And if you're sending me a friend request and like I can't see anything, it kind of freaks me out anyway, because I'm like, you're not showing me anything about you. How do I know you're even a real person? Um, so that's number one reason why it should be public. But also, when you guys are doing your videos and going live, you are shortening your audience you are shortening your audience when you have only set it to your friends of your friends. So when you have it public, you can tell here under my last post here, see that little globe? That means public. So you can change certain posts if you want. I just have everything set to public. That way people can follow me if they want to. They can click the follow button. If you're set on friends, no one can follow you. Only your friends can follow you because you have it set with the privacy. And so when you post a video or you go live and you want people to share your video, even if you have it, if they share it, no one's going to see it but your friends because of your profile is set to, those privacy settings. So I just highly suggest making that public. And then posting on your Facebook wall, I suggest, first off, at a minimum of 3 times a day. And you're like, okay, well, what am I going to post about? And I'm going to talk about that. My minimum is 6 times a day. So at least make your minimum 3 times a day. Why? Because if you post 1 time a day or less than 1 time a day, like sometimes you only post a couple times a week, when you do post, your stuff's not showing up in your friends' news feeds unless they're following you and have you set as their default to always show them, which is, that's your friends, so they're already watching you. But you want to get new customers, you want to get new friends. So important to make sure you're posting several times a day. Use an app to post for you if you can't. I always save a lot of things on my phone, like quotes and interactive posts, so that way, let's say if you're at work and you want to run to the bathroom real quick and just post a quote, that takes 2 seconds. It doesn't have to be difficult, these posts do. So here's some idea of some kind of post you can do, and here's kind of what I do. I try to do once a day a quote, some sort of a motivational quote. You can Google motivational quote and click images, and there's tons of them. I watch my friends on Facebook, and when I see some good ones, I save them. I have a folder on my computer, or if I'm on my phone, I just save them to my pictures. So when I'm like, I need something to post real quick, I can pull it up, post it. So I try to do that one in the morning, but there's no rhyme or reason, really. An interactive post is the best post you can do, because this is going to get comments. That's going to get you people watching and looking at your stuff. So interactive posts are something that they have to click, make a comment, not just like, love, whatever, but a comment, because comments are more than the likes. People can like your stuff, and it doesn't mean that it's going to show up in everybody's newsfeed. Comments are best. So if you can get them, like, for instance, if you go look at my page, usually I have once a day some sort of interactive post. Save those. Go through my page. I don't care. Save all the quotes. Use them up on different days. I'll do something like, for instance, today it is, what are you dressing up your kids for Halloween? Post, use a GIF in the comments. And, those people love to do that stuff. Just something that's going to make them comment. What is your favorite candy? Do you prefer chocolate or vanilla? Or a picture of different hairstyles. Help me decide, how I'm going to do my hair. I know Miranda does a lot of, makeup, like Halloween makeup looks. So you'll say, tell me which one of these tonight you want me to do. People love to give their opinion. That's the number one thing they do. So, if I need a recommendation, like for instance, the other day I posted, how long can I keep boiled eggs in the fridge? That got a ton of comments, because people love to give their opinion. We talked about Jessica Vorson, I talked about the other day. She had an earache. Post that on Facebook. People love to give you their home remedies. So that can be an interactive post. An entertainment post on your Facebook wall is good too. I try to do funny stuff. Just, it could just be a funny picture or an optical illusion. I love to do optical illusions. Something that's, you're giving value to them. They know if they go to your wall, they're going to find some interesting stuff for the day. A selfie, so good. If you can post a selfie, that's going to show your makeup without selling, sharing versus selling. A lifestyle post. So this could be, maybe it's your office view for the day if you're chilling outside, or, well, right now it's cold here in Ohio, but, wherever you're at, maybe, when in the summertime, like when you're at the pool or whatever, I post pictures of my dog. Those are lifestyle posts, things that you're doing, whatever you're doing with your family. So my sister got married over the weekend, so I'm posting tons of those lifestyle posts. Also, team shout outs. What about if you have someone on your team? Well, first off, someone joins your team, that's a shout out. If they have their first sale, or they hit white status, yellow status, pink status, or they're just doing a great job. They went live for the first time, or they made a really cool picture. They did their makeup really amazing. Do a team shout out, or, top couple girls on your team that are rocking it. Post those, because people they want to join you when they see you posting about your business and you're uplifting other people. People love to be a part of that. And then also, go live on your wall. Make that one of your posts. Do a makeup video. Going live is the best thing you can do for your business, because that's going to send notifications to everyone. Oh, sorry, now my husband's messaging me. But you can do all kinds of things with that. Doesn't have to be about makeup. Go live about anything, but try to go live, and be public with it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to hit that live button, because that's the best thing you can do. And then the most important thing too, when you make these posts, make sure when people are commenting, go back when you have time. It doesn't have to be immediately, but try to sit down, once a day and go through all the comments and reply to them. Because when you reply to their comments, Facebook picks up on that and says, oh, you two know each other, so I'm going to put your stuff in their news feed. So that is important. Okay, so I went on and on about that. Okay, also, some people will have here, I'm trying to think on my Facebook wall here. Okay, see here on the side where it says I'm an elite orange great makeup life. So I have that I work for me. I don't have that I work for Unique Corporate. A lot of times I go to people's pages and it'll say, works for Unique Corporate. Because when they click that link, it's not going to take them to your business page. It's going to take them to Unique Corporate, and they could end up buying from anybody. Or they could go to Unique Corporate and then post a question on that business page, and someone else is going to help them and make the sale. So you need to make sure your Facebook wall does not say you work for Unique Corporate. So mine is, I branded myself with the name My Great Makeup Life. So if I click that, hopefully it'll take me to my business page. Okay, so my business page is me. So they can message me on here, they can comment on my stuff, or they can click the Shop Now button. And the Shop Now button is going to take them, well, if you were coming on here, it would take you to my Unique site where they're actually purchasing from me and not just anybody. And how you do this is you can create a business page up here in the top right where this little arrow is by just going up here and clicking create a page, and then you can start putting it together. But then you want to link that to your Facebook wall. So that way they have a shop button, you're not having to post your link on your wall all the time, and you're not having to risk the fact that they could click Unique Corporate. Because, Unique Corporate is the people that work for corporate. They're the ones that work in the office. We are our own, business owners. So we don't work for Unique Corporate. So you can make that, your name, whatever you want. You could put Unique, but, put something like, Unique by Michelle. So you have your name in it. All right, a couple other things I wanted to talk about on Facebook that I do all the time that I think is important is when you are on Facebook, on the main page, let's see. Oh, Tracy's live right now. See how that pops up, though, in the top of my news feed? When you go live, that will pop up. Plus, I'm sure it's one of my notifications. But, okay, on the right-hand side here, there's the birthdays. I'm sure you all know where the birthdays are. Okay, so you click the birthdays, and it'll pull up everyone whose birthday's today. And I don't know if Karen's on, but happy birthday, Karen. So I used to always just go and write on everybody's timeline. But I have found that it actually works better if you send them a message, because if I write happy birthday Molly on her wall, happy birthday Darlene, they might like it, they might see it, but it's not going to really change our algorithm. What's going to increase my algorithm with them is if I actually go to their wall, and I send them a message. So then I'll show you. Today I sent Molly a message, and I just said, happy birthday, Molly. Well, maybe this will work. Hang on, my computer is really acting slow today. Okay, so, all right, so I sent her a message and I said, happy birthday, Molly. Well, she responded back in a message, thank you, and I always say, you're welcome, because just those couple messages, it seems so simple, and yet it makes such a difference. The fact that she messaged me back, thank you, which almost 9 out of 10 times they're going to say thank you to a message, and you respond back to that. That is now going to tell Facebook, you two are friends, and your stuff is going to show up in their newsfeed. So little things like that really make a difference. Also, on Facebook, another thing you can use, I type in up here, on this day. Okay, this is going to bring up your memories from today, every year that you've done. So a couple things about this. I go to on this day, and I'll click that. On this day, it's this blue box. So I like to make sure some of my old posts come back to people's news feeds. I mean, I've already done all the posts, so I might as well get credit for it again a year later. Like, for instance, some of you may have seen this picture today. I did this on my sister's makeover a year ago, but because I went to my comments and I made a new comment, like I put, so crazy, I just did her makeup again the past weekend. Sometimes I just make an emoji, like a heart or something. This makes it pop back up in people's news feeds. So I've already did the makeover a year ago. It was a great makeover. I want to make sure it's getting, it's getting more likes. It's showing back up. So these, it's up to 200 some likes because I got it going again for another round. I'll do that with different posts. Like, I'll scroll through here and be like, okay, do I have some good ones? Like, for instance, like here was a Halloween one I did. So I put a comment in it with a Halloween pumpkin. So it got some more likes, but it's getting more attention. I mean, I already posted it a year ago. Might as well. This one was 2 years ago. Keep it going. Same thing with quotes. Here's another makeover. I put another comment in. if I have a funny quote, or, even getting those interactive posts going again, make a comment. It will pop back up and get that going again. All right. Also, when I was talking about going live on your wall and pictures and things, try to avoid graphics. So, when a lot of people will post pictures of the actual product, why not post a picture of you wearing the product, holding the product, rather than a graphic? Because you're going to get more attention, more likes, more comments on that than you are going to when it's an actual product. That's considered a graphic. Our minds automatically think that's an advertisement, and we scroll right past it. You know how many times we see those graphics in a day and we don't even realize it? It's just because your brain is programmed to say, that's an ad, just keep going. But then you see someone holding a product or pointing to their eyes or lips or whatever, you're going to stop. All right. Let me take everybody, or I guess I won't take everybody off mute, but you guys can shake your heads if you want to, but let me see. Hang on. I got to remember how to stop sharing. Before I go to the comp plan, does anybody have a question about Facebook or any of that? You can raise your hand or shake your head. I'll unmute you, or you can unmute yourself. Are we good? Yes? All right. Everybody's like looking away from me, or like, Michelle, don't call on me. Nicole, I'm going to call on you. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so now I'm going to go to the comp plan. So let's talk a little bit about that. Share screen. All right, so over here on the comp plan. So first off, play around in your on your unique site. You're not going to break anything. You might as well check things out and see what you have going on. But if you click on the top right where it says My Office, then you can click My Royalties, and that's how I got to this page. So this shows kind of like right now where you're at currently, because it'll say you can change it. You can go look at previous months, but here's where, like, for instance, I am. So let's start with white. $125 is qualified. So when we announce, so-and-so is qualified, they're officially white status. Technically, we're all white status when we start. We get the white charm, but we're not considered a qualified white status presenter until we get our first $125, and that's this. Now, we do say, try to get qualified each month, because number one, that's going to help you to stay active. You're not going to have to worry about going in the red and falling off or things like that. It's going to help, especially like your kidnappers that want to keep the discount. That's where the getting qualified is. It's $125. And then you make 20% commission. When you get to yellow status, that is when you sell $1,000. It does not have to be in 1 month. It can be over a year. There's no time requirement for yellow status. And you will make 25% when you hit that yellow status at $1,000 in lifetime sales. All right, those I think are pretty self-explanatory. A lot of you guys understand that. It's when we get to pink that it all gets confusing, right? So let's talk about pink status. So now you have these 3 boxes. So the first one is $250. So that $250 is your personal retail sales. This is what you sell. So no matter what, let's say you have 100 people on your team and they're all selling like crazy and you've got the $2,000 in sales. If you don't have $250 yourself, you're not going to get that part of the requirement and you wouldn't hit pink status. So, check that box off right off the bat. $2,000 is company sales. So this is going to be your sales plus anyone on your downline. It could be someone you signed up or the person you signed up. It's everybody underneath you. All right. It changes a little bit when people hit green, but right now with pink status, we're not going to get into details with that. So $2,000, it does not matter how many people. It could be you and one person. It could be you and 100 people. It's whatever it's going to take for you and your team to hit $2,000 in company sales. This is minus the commission. So the 25%. So let's say you sold yourself $1,000 and you're wondering why your PRS says $1,000, but your company sales says $750. It's because they take out the commission. They paid you that already. They paid you the 25%. And that's going to include everyone on your team. They take the 25% out. So that's why that number is different. All right. Does that make sense so far? Shake heads, yes? Good. All right. So then the third box is one qualified first level presenter. This means, remember that qualified is $125 in sales. So this is all in a 1 month time frame. So like right now, this is October. So that means for me to be at pink status, I would need to sell $250. I need $2,000 with me and my company, and I need at least one person that I have signed up to be qualified this month. That means they need $125 in sales this month. That does not mean, like, let's say I signed up Miranda. So you're at the top of my video, so sorry, Miranda. Let's say I signed up Miranda, and Miranda signed up, Shannon. So Miranda didn't get qualified this month, but Shannon did. And we have all the qualifications but the one qualified first level presenter. Shannon does not count for my first level presenter because I did not sign her up. She'd be my second level. So I need Miranda to be qualified, if she's my only person, to get that one. Does that make sense? Good. I see heads nodding. Okay. So then when you are at pink status, you're still making your 25% on your commission, on your PRS, but on your company sales, now you're going to make 3%. Plus, they have recently added the new 8%. The 8% is on anyone that you have signed up in the last 90 days. So if you signed up, one person in the last 90 days, whatever sales they have that contributes to this, they're going to pay you 8% for. So that's why it's good to launch people strong, help them get going, because you're also, not only is that going to help you other places and help them, you're going to make 8% on that. I don't know if everybody knew about that because that's kind of a new thing. So I think if we go, I'm trying to think if it's listed here. Get it because I'm not pink, but I was thinking it still showed up for me, but maybe not. Okay, so it'll be listed in your royalties. All right, so also if you hit pink status in your first 90 days, on top of all of that, you will make $200 cash bonus. Plus there's all the fast starts. So now, any questions? Have I drummed up any questions with status? I'm trying to see if I can't see every one shot. I think I got y'all. Kristen, you got it? Because I just looked at you. All right, so I think we're good there. What else did I want to talk about? So comp plan, but play around, seriously, play around in here. Check out these boxes, look at the girls on your team, help them also, like, are they close to the next status? What can you do to help them get there? What are they missing? Maybe they always have the sales, but they don't have the recruits. So, help them get a recruit, help them launch that person with a launch party, get them qualified. Also, if you have, when the month's starting to end and the beginning of the month, you also want to look for people in the red. So let me go to my company and show you what people in the red means. So people in the red are people that are going to drop off after the month's over if they don't get qualified. Miranda, you're making a face. Are you in the red? Do you want me to look at you? But anyway, you can see, like, this red color, that means they're in the red. So that means they need to be, the 3-month part. Let me look over here on the right-hand side where it says, I think I learned how to write on this. So this 3 months over here, this is showing you what they sold in the last 3 months. So if they're in the red, like this person, it's $105. So she only needs $20 more to get, out of the red. So I would message and say, hey, you only need $20 more to not be, to worry about falling off and losing your discount. So hopefully that makes sense. So I want to make sure you guys keep track of anybody in the red, and how to make sure, you're making sure everybody's on track. Also, another thing to keep an eye on is your fast start. So when you sign up people, I don't know how to get rid of that circle, do I? Well, the circle's there. You're just going to have to look at it. Okay, so when you click up here on the office, click Fast Start, and then click Fast Start Team Tracker. And this is going to show everybody that you've signed up in the last 90 days. And you can go through and open it up, take a look at it, pull it up, and it'll show you, like, for instance, I did one that was a kidnapper to show you. It'll have their 30 days, their 60 days, and then the date that it ends for them. And it's going to kind of have a little clock to show you where they're at. And, the tracker it'll tell you what they'll make as far as Y cash and where they're at with it. Does that all make sense to you guys? Yeah? All right. So let me stop sharing my screen. Okay. Anybody have questions about anything then? That you want me to go? I can share my screen with you now, whether it be Facebook or your back office. I can show you anything. So any questions? Like I said, my camera's all jacked up. That's why you don't get to see me on video. Hopefully next week it'll be fixed. Right now it's like a deep green and it's all blurry. And it'll stress me out to look at it. All right, guys. Well, I think then I'll let you go and give you back some more time. So thanks for popping in tonight. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys. But remember, start your month off strong. Start getting those parties booked. Start, making your videos. Start, collecting all the stuff you want to post. Get yourself in people's news feeds. It does take time. Oh, there was one more thing. See, I am so crazy. Hang on. Don't leave yet. Don't leave. I wanted to show you on my Facebook wall. Maybe. Friends, the other thing is your audience also is really only as big as your friends list is until you start to get more followers. You need to add friends. When I started this, I was at 400 to 500 friends when I started 3 years in November. See where my friend list is at now? 4,968. Because I'm constantly adding new friends, making new connections. Don't be afraid to send friend requests. If people don't like you and don't want to accept you, oh well, then you weren't their friend to begin with, right? So who cares? So I will join groups, I will make friends, but I don't just make them as a friend and then message them about Younique. I build a relationship with these people, wishing them happy birthday, commenting on their posts, then they're commenting on mine. I'm messaging them when they're, asking for thoughts, prayers. Like I'm actually praying for these people because I think that stuff's important, because if you're legit and you're genuine, I think all that comes back to you tenfold. And same thing with commenting on their post. Some people, it's about recipes. I'm still learning how to cook. So I love help from other people. So I join a lot of cooking groups. And then when they make a post, I legitly ask them questions like, I need help on how to do it. So, remember that when you're adding friends, actually make connections with these people. So anyway, I hope you guys all have a fabulous night, and I will upload this video. So if anybody missed it or you want to go back and watch it again, you can. All right. See you guys.